Oh, this particular case could be a total setup for the benefit of the people watching this video.
Is that your poster?
My dad.
Right, okay.
I'm thinking of Labour at the moment.
Labour, sir, Labour.
What's happening is that the grandchildren are actually telling their grandparents how to vote.
Well, even the move.
Yep, all these Asian, whatever, Muslims, Hindus, they're all laughing into their sleeve and promoting, supporting their natural leader, someone who advocates for them.
You told me that.
It's politics now, folks. I know.
I will lie down.
If only I could. I've got to find out what people think about the election. So do you know who you're going to vote for?
Well, like last week, it's 100% Conservative. And now, through my daughter and through watching television, I'm not sure. I might change my mind, but I might not. He seems quite sincere.
He seems quite sincere. Well, sincere in what sense? It's just the same as that idiot Blair. He's destroying the white demographic of the country, but oh, this fella's doing it with sincerity. Wow. He is sincere in what he is pushing, but what he is pushing is an absolute load of Kool-Aid.
Corbyn's a really good alternative to what we've got. Currently, I think it's a little bit cruel with some sections of our society who are being made to suffer.
Such as?
Such as the disabled.
Do you always vote Labour?
No.
Okay.
I've voted Tory in the past.
It'd be very easy to say all the opinion polls are a load of nonsense. But clearly they picked something up.
As I said before, I am not a Tory fan. I would say they're the lesser of two evils, but ideally under a nationalist government we would deport people, and so there would be lots of welfare for those that truly need it. This is something that Labour cannot provide, whilst increasing the huge demographic of non-white people. A lot of these people are cheating the benefits system, and the money will run out.
Get rid of this dreadful woman.
Oh, hello, it's John Harris from The Guardian here. Have you got 30 seconds or so?
Labour might have opened up, but trying to get time with the Tory campaign has proved to be rather different.
I will look into it for you. What's the piece about?
Just about the political situation in Mansfield. As you probably know, it's a Conservative target seat.
I've watched a couple of your videos. They're very good.
You're very kind.
Video coverage. That's all right. Video coverage, political situation.
Definitely running on fumes. And the Tories haven't phoned back. Although, if you're having a campaign wobble and you know about our films, this is not the best combination for us. It tends to mean silence. If you could sum up Theresa May in one word, what word would you pick?
I don't trust her.
Oh, not Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh,
He's a bit of a
no.
twaddle, isn't he?
He said really bad things about our military.
No, but Dad was in the forces,
Ah,
so
okay.
brothers followed,
family, yeah.
nephews.
And we had a grandson who died in Afghanistan. He was 25. He's
Sorry to
Grenadier
hear
Guard.
Well, of course, people are probably going to say I'm pro-British Army, that I agree with all these conflicts in the Middle East. Well, no, most nationalists would rather not have our men over there. They are over there for central banks and oil. Every fucker knows it. Now, I still respect the idea of lads being patriotic and entering the military, but I can see the problem with the conservative sort of neocon warmongering, where it's not done on behalf of the British people. If they really like the British people, need an army deployed on our own shores first. It's a good argument against Theresa May because she is a neocon and she will go along with what the Zionist line is on war. Corbyn would definitely be someone who would be harder to push our boys into war in the Middle East because he looks at what all these Arabs are saying. And not all of it is unreasonable. There are civilians being killed in these countries for, as I said, these Zionist wars, but they're nothing to do with anything any nationalists want. A nationalist government would pull our boys out from the Middle East and put them on the home front, sorting out the absolute mess we are seeing in this country.
In fact, 2010.
Wow, so that's real for you. All those things about foreign policy and
Oh,
war,
yeah,
that's very real.
Yes, my military family back our country to the hilt.
But if this woman is pro-British military and she doesn't perhaps have the foresight to see the bigger picture as many of us do, well, I kind of like her spirit, and she's right. Corbyn hates the British Army. He said he would reduce the British Army.
Labour all the way.
Are you Labour all the way? Go on then, tell me why. You can't. Oh, well, that'll do. You Labour all the way.
I think that's the best argument I've heard all video. There is no reason to vote for Labour, other than if it's the same as a turkey voting for Christmas if you're white.
Well, that's the nature of the journalistic enterprise is you treat everything like it's a puzzle that can be solved, and I'm not sure this one can.
Now, what are you actually doing?
Making a film about the election.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to vote next week.
What it is, I've always been Labour through and through, but I just don't trust them anymore. I might vote Labour because I don't agree with what Conservatives are doing. I want them gone. 100%.
Better vote Labour then.
I think I might. See you later.
Who knows what this bloke's thinking, but again, it could be another setup. We've just won over another voter for Corbyn.
Limits of vox popping. I must have gone up to I reckon probably in the region of 75 or 80 people in the last 4 days, and said, how do you feel about the election? Can you sum up Jeremy Corbyn in a word? What about Theresa May? What's going to be in your head when you come to vote? What do you think's going to happen? Where do you get your information?
I don't want to change the world. I'm not looking
There shouldn't be anybody in this region, in this country, supports a bloody Tory party.
Yeah, these left-wing Labour politicians in the north are very crafty. They're opening that wound every year, where it's us poor working class against the Tory toffs. There really is no more reason than that in what that guy's saying. He's just saying, oh, Tory, awful, blah blah blah. But that's there's no valid argument there. As again, I said I think the Tory are lesser of two evils, so it doesn't really matter which. But the northern working class have to take a hint at some point that they will be replaced if they just keep voting Labour. There won't be any white working class. And even then, most of them will probably still be frightened of being called a racist, even when they are chucked out of their home and are kicked and beaten on the street. It's a heavy brainwash that has taken our people.
Those with the broadest shoulders will be asked to pay that the rest of us might benefit from the decent services and investment that we need. Tonight here in Gateshead in the rain, we've shown just how much support there is. And thank you for having the ability to put hope over fear, to put unity over division. Thank you very much, Gateshead. Thank you.
Yeah, this guy is nothing new, really. He's just full of bullshit. Hope over fear, unity over division. Well, we can already see that there's plenty of division in this country, and multiculturalism has caused many issues. I guess all the main ones that we can think of, such as bombs, kids being exploited, and just general violence. Look at London. It's, the multicultural areas are very dangerous. No one wants to be anywhere near them if they've got half a brain. So all this stuff is just going to get turned up if you vote for Labour, and he's going to keep making these stupid empty statements. I mean, it's just fantasist bullshit. It really is. I mean, unity against disunity. None of this stuff means anything. It's but to be honest, the crowd there, you look at them, they're sort of they don't look very bright to me, and you've got a mixture of old duffers and sort of mischievous youngsters that think, oh, I've got to vote Labour because everyone else does and I want to be hip. That's about the extent of their political thinking. When they're not out partying and things, they think, all right, I'll go with what's cool, what's hip. The lefties are hip, right? They're cool, I'll go with them. Yeah, so folks, these lefties, they are full of bullshit. All they ever do is bullshit all day long.